Okay, today, day 30 on our schedule, we're going to be looking at map scales. These things are used to figure out the distance between two objects. The relevance of this is that we have to be able to tell how far it is between two locations on a map. And we're going to be having a worksheet today where you will tell if you can do this or not. You'll have maps and you'll have to find the location between two spots on those. So here we go. Remember that when you're taking the notes, you can stop the video at any time in order to give yourself the opportunity to fill in all the blanks. And remember that you can rewind the video if you need to have something repeated. So here we go. Day 30, scales. One of the most important pieces of information we can get off a map is the distance. The scale of the map indicates the relationship between distances on the map to actual distances in real life. There are three types of map scales. First of all, we have the fractional scale. For example, we have the number 1 and then a colon and then a big number. In this case, 2,053,440. This means that 1 unit on the map represents 253,440 units in reality. By unit, I mean like an inch on the map, or a centimeter, or that kind of a thing. Remember, the first number is in the same units as the second number. So in this map over here, it just simply says scale, 1 colon 253,440, or it could show it as a fraction, 1 with a slash, 253,440. But these two numbers, the 1 and the huge thing, both represent either inches or centimeters or something like that. The fractional scale is not very useful to us in this class. For instance, a scale of 1 to 500,000 means that 1 inch on the map means 500,000 inches in real life. We don't measure distances between real places in inches, and so it's not really practical for us to use here in this classroom. Okay, the second kind of scale is called the graphic scale. The graphic scale, again, is printed on the map on the side, and it is a printed line divided into equal parts and labeled with a unit. So over here we have the 0 and the 10, and it's labeled with miles down below. Usually it's labeled with miles or kilometers. Neighborhood maps may be labeled with feet. Depends upon how small of an area the map is indicating. To use a graphic scale, you use a scrap piece of paper to copy the scale. Be sure to include the 0 mark. And you hold up the scrap piece of paper up to the printed line and read the distance. So here we have the big map, and we have the scale down here. It says from 0, 100, 200, 300, 400 miles. And so a person has taken a scrap piece of paper and has laid that paper next to the scale and copied it down by hand, and then they move that paper up here, and now they can tell that the distance between Baton Rouge and Columbus is about 400 miles. The distance between Baton Rouge and Montgomery is just a little bit over 300. I'm going to guess 320 miles. The third type of scale is called the verbal scale. And it doesn't have any lines, it's just simply a statement, like right here, 1 inch equals 4 miles. 1 inch equals 4 miles. So it's like a fractional scale, however, the 1 and the 4 refer to different kinds of units. The 1 refers to how many inches are on the map, and the 4 refers to how many miles there are in real life. So there are different units there. On this kind of a map, right here we have Dingle Road, and we have this river right here, and a town called, I can't quite read it, Somethingsville. Okay, on this map, a person wanted to find the distance between the north and south ends of Dingle Road. The ruler showed from the half-inch mark here to the 3-inch mark there a total of 2.5 inches on the map. This scale then would tell us right up here that for every inch you have 4 miles. We have to multiply the 2.5 inches by 4 miles to get the real number of locations, number of miles between these two locations. So 2.5 times 4 will be 10 miles. Okay, at this point you can turn off the video if you want.